Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Tuesday, March 28th. And I want to do a brief reading. I won't say quick. A brief reading on a news I just saw posted on the CNN that Mike Pence has been ordered to testify to a grand jury with regards to the Justice Department's investigation into the insurrection on January 6, 2021. And I just want to get a read on this. Mike Pence sounds like he's going to try and fight this ruling or appeal this ruling. He's certainly fighting the subpoena. And I just want to get a feel for, will Pence appeal this ruling? And then we'll go with it from there. So is he going to appeal this ruling? He's making plans on his next step. It's about money. He's worried about, part of this thing is about legacy, but it can also be money that's involved with it. I got the Nine of Cups, Hopes, Wishes, and King of Cups. And underneath it is the High Priestess. Okay. He's planning his next move. I think that what I'm getting from this with the High Priestess is if he goes to the grand jury, he will answer the questions in a very narrow focus. He's not going to answer all the questions, but he will answer some questions. But that's not the question here. The question is he going to fight it? It's kind of a dilemma for him right now. He's trying to figure out what it is that he wants. What's going to best serve him. Maybe that's the best way to look at it. Because on the one hand, if he doesn't testify, then maybe money will come in from donors. Like he can fundraise off of it. But, he can also be concerned about his legacy. And then on the other hand is, here's your dichotomy. He's portrayed himself as the adult in the room during the Trump administration, so he's concerned about his legacy. But at the same time, the legacy is counter to the amount of money that'll come in, because right now, if you're the adult in the room, that means you're anti-MAGA, and if you're anti-MAGA, you don't get to fundraise off of it. So, right now he's trying to figure out what's going to be best, likely for his presidential bid. That's where his mindset is right now. He's evaluating whether he's going to appeal this or not. So what that's telling me is his posturing is not based, for entertainment purposes only, his posturing is not based on moral convictions. This is all politics. This is all politics for him. What's going to be most advantageous for him and his future political career? And I just don't think Mike Pence understands he doesn't have a future political career. At least not at the federal level with being the president. He barely could get elected the governor of his state or whatever position he was holding before. He said snarkily. Okay, if he appeals this, will he win? Cards are about to explode all over the place. They have a lot to say. If Mike Pence appeals this ruling, will he win his appeal? Let's find out. Yes or no? He's going to go forward with his message. This is not fair. This is a political witch hunt. No. Nope. Good Lord. Yeah, if he goes forward and appeals this, it's a fool's errand. It's going to really bring down his reputation, and he's not going to fundraise off it. It's winner take all. Narcissism card. Tied with the devil. No, if he fights this, he loses on all fronts. He doesn't get any political benefit from it. He doesn't get any real financial bonus from it, and he permanently ties himself with Trump. He's chained himself to that course of events. He loses his any chance of redeeming his reputation with the history books. I think he's already lost it, frankly. Were I in that position, which I'm not, But, you have to be concerned about how you're going to be viewed in the long term. Actually, you just need to be concerned about doing what's right. No, this is not going to work. All right. What happens if he goes forward and cooperates? Well, if he goes forward and cooperates, doesn't fight it, then what the general question now is going to be, it looks like he's going to be required to. Will his testimony make a huge difference? What will be the impact of his testimony on this investigation? Okay, so we're juggling. He's juggling what he can tell versus what he wants to tell. Juggling what's going to be good for him. Basically, what's required for him to tell in the courts versus what's good for him. And there's what's good for him and mother, money. So he's worried about the comfort of his future if he's while he testifies. Again, for entertainment purposes only. What do I know? In the past, he's taken a real back seat. He's just kind of letting things play out, basically thinking about what his next move is going to be, and letting the judicial system play out because he wants to see what the lay of the land is going to be. Here's the money card again. That's the current situation. Money versus reputation versus, money versus legacy. Right now is his money versus legacy moment. Is he going to fight this thing and fundraise and, try and set up his non-existent political career for his presidential runs? Or is he going to do the thing that's going to write the history books and document what Mike Pence was as far as a patriot or non-patriot in this country? Overarching is, group work, dark money. Now that could be the working with the district attorneys and working with the Justice Department, or that could be working in the back room with the big donors and the GOP machinations as to what to do. It could also just be that he secretly has a public-facing statement, I'm going to fight these subpoenas, but behind the scenes he's actually cooperating. Let's see what... I'm going to throw some clarifiers. I want to throw some clarifiers on that one to see if that's, backroom dealing or what's going on with that. Okay, so lesson to be learned is the magician. Again, could be manifesting his testimony or creating illusions, depending if it's on which course he takes. If he's going for the fundraising, then he's working with those folks in the back room, and he's going to spin illusions. That's if he fights it. If he goes ahead and testifies, he'll be up testifying in front of other people, maybe working with the Justice Department, and truth is going to come out, or it's going to help the case move forward. Outcome is the lovers. Okay, deals are being made. I almost think he's going to testify. I almost think he's doing backroom deals right now. But, like many politicians, he's talking out both sides of his mouth. You hear about these things about nobody, all these Republicans are against Trump, but when the cameras are off, they're in the back room and saying how much they can't stand the guy. The camera's on, oh, he's the greatest person ever. How about a little, no integrity, no honesty, no accountability. Politics are ugly. And there's a weariness. Underneath it all is this weariness. It's just more battles to be fought. He's tired, and there's more battles to be fought on this one. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on. I'm going to take this card right here, and I'm going to throw 3 qualifiers on that. And I want to find out, is this backroom dealings, or is this... if he's backroom dealing, who's backroom dealing with? Let me throw these other cards back in the deck, give it a shuffle, and then we'll find out what Spirit has to say. Because we are curious. Okay, backroom dealings. Who's Mike Pence going to be working with? Is he going to be working with the DOJ, or is he going to be working with the Republican Party and the big money donors behind the Republican Party? That's what we want to know. Where do his loyalties lie? I'm sure his loyalties lies to himself. But what side will he choose? We get the Justice Department. We get this, Ace of Swords. Or we get the money and the emotion card. Okay, let's see. Charity. Maybe cutting a deal. Queen of Cups. No swords here. There are no swords here. There's no swords. There's no wands. I would have viewed the Justice Department as being the Ace of Swords. I viewed the GOP, as I was describing just to this, as being Pentacles and Cups, because they're playing on people's emotions. They're playing on the fundraising. So what is he looking for? Who is he dealing with? Well, it's the emotions and keeping a cap on your emotions versus all the outrage and these emotional talking points that the Republicans keep pressing forward. He's doing this to basically continue being in the good graces of the Republican Party and keeps getting money to help fight this as well as fundraise. And he's trying desperately to hold on to whatever money he's got coming in. Plus, he's trying to hold on to his reputation as, as the evangelical leader who helped advance these great conservative ideas and such. And then underneath it all, it's the walking away card, which, the emotional leaving. I think he's working with the... I think he's working with the Republicans on this. So I expect him to appeal this ruling, and he's casting his lot with the GOP on this. But I think in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's in the end of the day, I think he's going to lose. He's going to have to testify, and his testimony is going to be significant. It's going to shed light on it. Now I'm going to just look at a longer out. Since we're here, let's just find out. Okay, after Mike Pence testifies in Congress, or testifies to the Justice Department, to this grand jury, what is his political? How does he come away feeling? I guess I was going to ask, what is long-term political future? Will his ambitions be met, or will they be squelched? What's going to happen with Mike Pence after he testifies to this grand jury? Okay, this kind of wants to be on top, so let's do it. There's that message again. He's going to try messaging. He's going forward. Is he the false friend? We'll find out. Delusional. He hasn't looked at the picture all the way through. He's making his agreements and his arrangements. Death card. Nope, he's screwed. And Queen of Wands. Okay, so after his testimony, if he tries to go forward as a friend of the Republican Party, they're going to look at him as a traitor. And to the history books, because he fought this so hard, he's not going to be remembered fondly. He's made his agreements. Maybe there's going to be another book deal that comes out of this, or maybe he's made his agreements with the GOP that he'll get some type of cabinet position. I don't know. When you've been the VP, I don't think you get cabinet positions because it's all a step down from that. I think. What is that? The agreements and contracts. He'll still be involved with the GOP. Maybe, he'll be working with the machinations of the overall GOP. Maybe that's more, kind of like the National Committee, the RNC. But, he has not thought this thing all the way through. And basically it's the end of his, I think it's the end of his political career, to be honest. And then you had Queen of Wands could be the was it Rona Barrett, or who's the head of the RNC right now? She'll be underneath that. So they probably said, you go ahead and do this. We'll get you a job in the RNC in case you don't get the president. We'll support you if you get the presidential nomination. If not, we'll get you a nice cushy job with the RNC or some PAC or something like that. But they won't follow through with it, or if they do, it'll be a short-term thing, and then they dump him because he's not useful to them anymore. He's got no he's got no political impact. So, Mike Pence, I'm sorry. If I were you, I'd be doing the right thing because I would be standing by the Constitution in this country, and I would be worried about what the history books are going to be saying about me for the next several hundred years, as long as this country is around. I think you've tarnished your reputation a great deal, and that didn't have to happen. But again, what do I know? I'm just some random dude on the internet throwing tarot cards. Again, this is for information only, for entertainment only. I hope you were entertained. If you were, give it a thumbs up and a like, share if you like, do all the YouTube-y things, and I will get back to you on the next one. Have a great afternoon.